Hey, home learners! It's great to see you again. Hey, we have another Reader's Theater to do today, and this is an update to a video I made a year ago. It's called Little Red Riding Hood. That's right, the famous classic tale. And you guys overwhelmingly made this the most watched video that I've ever made. So, thank you. And I thought maybe I could do an update and we could take a look at it again. But this one's a little better. So come along, let's have a look at our favorite video on home learning heroes, Little Red Riding Hood, Reader's Theater. Okay, first we're going to do is pick our characters, and it's really fun to do Reader's Theater with other people. That's what it's designed for. It's good to practice our narration skills, our speaking skills, our reading skills, but it's more fun with friends. So I'll be here with you, but you can also grab some other people to share the video with. First, we have narrator 1 and narrator 2. I like to split that up, and maybe I'll take one part and you could take the other. We have, of course, Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. And then down here, some smaller parts. We have grandmother, the woodcutter, and Grandma Wolf. All right, so we have to decide which characters we're going to play. Now, if you want a big part, then you could do the narrator, you could do Little Red Riding Hood or the wolf. And if you want a smaller part down here, then you could do these characters. So we'll mix and match. Let's begin. We'll start off with the narrator. Of course, a narrator has a nice, clear, calm voice. That's why we call them the narrator. And the narrator 1, and maybe you do the second part, okay? This is the story of, and then it's your turn, Little Red Riding Hood. All right, now we've introduced our story. Narrator 1 can begin. I'll do this part, and you can read along with me. Once upon a time, there was a little girl called Little Red Riding Hood. Do you know why she's called that? She has this red hood that she puts over herself, and that's a little riding hood. So she's little, and she's got a red riding hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, narrator 2, that's for you. Her grandmother was sick. She wanted to take her a basket of fruit. There you go. That's kind of nice. Something to do if someone's not feeling well. Narrator 1, that'll be my part. Little Red Riding Hood went into the forest to get to grandmother's house. Now this is grandma's house. So capital G, because that's what she calls her. My grandma, like your grandma, to grandma's house. She has to go through the woods. That's kind of dangerous for Little Red. All right, it's Little Red's turn, and this is our first dialogue in our Reader's Theater. So if you take this part, you can change your voice a little bit, but don't make sure that what you say is clear. I also have some musical notes here, which tells me that she's kind of singing along as she's walking through the forest. So she might sound like, la, 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 la. Off to grandmother's house I go. She's kind of singing herself while she walks through the forest. Narrator 2 now. But deep in the wood was a big, bad wolf, and he was hungry. So now we're introducing a new character, and the wolf here. Now a wolf could be big and strong and mean and scary and have a deep voice. Where are you going to, little girl? You look lost in this deep, dark wood. So he's got a real rough voice because it's a wolf. All right, Riding Hood again. I'm going to grandmother's house to give her this basket. She is sick, and I want her to get better. So she's telling the wolf exactly what she's doing and where she's going. There's our big bad wolf and the narrator 1. But the wolf had a plan that was wicked and bad. This is a great word, wicked. That means not nice, not good for others. That's because he's a wolf. That's what wolves do. Okay, it's the wolf's turn now. The wolf is going to narrate, why don't you stop to pick her some flowers? Then she will feel much better. So the wolf wants her to stop. Why do you think the wolf wants Little Red to take a long time? Narrator 2. Little Red Riding Hood picked some flowers, and the wolf ran ahead to grandmother's house. So, while Little Red is busy, the wolf's going to go to grandma's house. And what does he do at grandma's house? Here's narrator 1. The wolf ate grandma in one big bite. Chomp! And look at that picture. Just one gulp. In the tummy he goes. Narrator 2 now. He put on grandmother's clothes and jumped into the bed. Now the wolf is looking like grandmother. Here comes Little Red singing her song. La 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 la. Grandma, are you at home? And of course, it's not really grandma, is it? So we have two parts. We have Little Red and we have the wolf. Maybe we can split that. Grandma, what big ears you have. Ding. And the wolf. The better to hear you with, my dear. And this is the famous part. Little Red. Grandma, what big eyes you have. The wolf. The better to see you with, my dear. And of course, the last one, Little Red. Grandma, what big teeth you have. And the wolf. The better to eat you with. You put a lot of energy into that part right there, right? All right, narrator 1, introduce a new character. A woodcutter was walking by and heard the cries. Help! Now, a woodcutter is usually in the forest chopping down trees with his axe. That's his job. All right, the woodcutter now. We can do a real tough guy voice for the woodcutter. I can help. Stop, you wolf. Bam! That's an onomatopoeia. The word sounds like it's spelled. Bam! All right, what happened? What was that bang? What did the woodcutter do to the wolf? Did he help? Was he there in time? Or did something else happen? I want you to finish the story. Now, you might know how the story really ends, but you could get really creative and think of a brand new ending. Maybe completely change it to something different and have some fun with it. You can tell somebody, you can write it down. It would be a great activity for you to do. Try to use your characters like Little Red Riding Hood and Grandmother, and of course the wolf and the woodcutter too. So let's see what creative ideas you can come up with. Until next time, come back again. Let's do some more Readers Theater. And thank you so much for hanging out with me for this fun Readers Theater. Bye-bye.